After I refused to pay for my sister's $45,000 wedding, she invited me to a casual dinner. 3 lawyers were waiting with documents. She said, "Sign this or I'll ruin you." And I said, "Meet my husband." What he handed them shut everything down. I honestly believed she wanted to make peace. For nearly a month after I refused to pay for her extravagant $45,000 wedding, Emily acted like I no longer existed. No calls, no texts, no passive-aggressive Facebook posts, nothing. Then, one Tuesday afternoon, my phone buzzed. "Let's stop fighting. Mom booked us a private room at Bellucci's on Friday. Just family. I miss my sister." I stared at the message for a long time. It didn't sound like Emily. She never apologized. She never admitted she was wrong. She never reached out unless she wanted something. When my husband Ethan got home from work, I showed him the text. He read it twice before setting my phone on the kitchen counter. "You don't trust this, do you?" "No." "Then don't go." I sighed. "If I don't go, my parents will say I destroyed the family. If I do go, maybe this finally ends." Ethan looked at me for several seconds. "Fine, but I'm coming. They invited only me." "I know." He smiled. "I'll be nearby." Friday evening arrived. The restaurant was one of the most expensive places downtown. Crystal chandeliers hung from the ceiling. A pianist played softly in the corner. The hostess led me to a private dining room, hidden behind heavy wooden doors. Everyone was already there. Mom smiled. Dad stood up and actually pulled out my chair. Emily walked over and hugged me. That alone made my skin crawl. She hadn't hugged me in years. "You look beautiful," she said. Those 4 words made me even more suspicious. Emily had spent our entire childhood competing with me. If I got an A, she had to get an A+. If I bought a new car, she suddenly needed a luxury SUV. If I announced a promotion, she'd somehow make the conversation about herself. Compliments weren't part of her vocabulary. Dinner hadn't even been served when someone knocked on the door. Emily smiled. "They're here." 3 men in tailored navy suits walked inside carrying leather briefcases. The oldest extended his hand. "Good evening. I'm Michael Carter." He handed me a business card. "Attorney at law." My stomach tightened. Another lawyer placed a thick folder in front of me. Emily casually took a sip of wine. "Go ahead." I opened the first page. My heartbeat instantly doubled. The document claimed I had entered into a verbal agreement to finance Emily's wedding. The next page demanded immediate payment of $45,000. The page after that stated I could also be held responsible for emotional damages caused by breaking my promise. "What is this?" Emily folded her arms. "A chance to do the right thing." I never agreed to pay. One attorney adjusted his glasses. "Our clients have informed us otherwise." I almost laughed. "Your clients are lying." Dad finally spoke. "You should have helped your sister. I built my own business." So why is her dream suddenly my bill?" Mom leaned forward. "We sacrificed everything raising you." I couldn't believe what I was hearing. "I moved out at 18, and I paid for college." Silence. "I bought my own car." More silence. "I've never asked either of you for $1. Emily interrupted. "None of that matters." She pushed the folder closer. "Sign." I looked at another page. My name had already been typed beneath the signature line. Everything had been prepared. They never expected me to refuse. One lawyer uncapped an expensive fountain pen and slid it toward me. Emily looked directly into my eyes. "Sign this or I'll ruin you." The room became completely silent. I slowly closed the folder. Then I pushed the pen back across the table. "No." Emily smiled. "I wasn't asking." Neither was I. I calmly folded my hands on the table. "I think I'd rather wait." She frowned. "For who?" I smiled. "My husband." Emily laughed so loudly people outside the room probably heard her. "This is family business." "No." I looked directly at her. "It became legal business the moment you brought lawyers." Exactly 5 minutes later, the private dining room door opened. Ethan walked in wearing the same navy suit he'd left home in that morning. But he wasn't alone. Behind him walked another attorney, then a licensed forensic accountant, and finally, the restaurant's general manager. Every smile around the table disappeared.